A very good Sunday afternoon, my people. Haven't seen you for a while. We're excited to start our teaching again. And we have several, these 4 or 5 months we did not do teaching because we were preparing our more online, show people how to do certain things like energy movements, that different kind of massage in details. And we're going to host some cooking class as well, our moxa and our geo treatment. That is moxa treatment. That is, we have this box designed. I am going to smoke you to reduce dampness. It's all ready to go. So that's been said, that we will restart our teaching, and this is a year of fire horse. Every 60 years, we have one. So we're going to talk more in details about what does that mean, what was the first fire horse, what was the last fire horse, and the last one, and the energy of this year, and how do we just kind of flow through it. So that's been said, let's start with our part one. We're going to do our breathing exercise, and this is one of the oldest Taoist exercise, and we call that Zhanzhuang. You just really imagine yourself as a tree, 500 years old oak tree. Then you put your roots deep in to the ground, and we call that horse stand. You bend your knee a little bit, relax your arms. Now, close your eyes. We want you to breathe in, not just from your nose or your mouth, but from all the acupressure, those little vectors of energy, and breathe out all the toxins. Just let out all the toxins. So we'll do 10 together. Okay, now we're going to start our part two. That's our 10 energy movements. 10 energy movements is based on, again, a Taoist longevity exercise. I think it's one of the very easy to learn and the best exercise for really strengthening and clean up the fascia system. We will do 5 each. So by putting yin and yang together, you are creating your heart and kidneys have healthy interactions, pushing from down up, going through triple burner. That's very important part of your sun gel system, your fascia system. Now make an energy circle. People often ask, what is the easiest way and best way to do a movement that will really balance an yin and yang, prevent cancer? So this is it. Because you are detoxing and open up your sun gel system. That's your fascia system. And then meanwhile, draw energy circle and meet up in Dantian. And people should breathe from here, right? It's not just from here, but here. So this movement you're helping to balance your lungs and your colon. And this point right in here as a very important point is called lumen, right? If people have long COVID, always feel you cannot take a deep breath, and this is the movement for you. And spring is a flu season again. So this one will help to balance your lungs, squeeze out all the toxins. Now, one hand touch the sky, the other earth. This movement is best to balance your spleen system and your liver system. If people have indigestion, heart palpitation, heartburn, a lot of bloating, do this. Because you want your liver and spleen to be cleaned up. These are the points. Right, it's on both sides. So there's an important meridian line point called Da Zhui. It's in the middle of your below 3 cun below your neck. And you keep your Da Zhui clean, you keep your spine clean. So this is one of the best movements to do that. If people have shoulder pain, a lot of people after COVID have a lot of shoulder blades pain. This will help. Neck pain, this will help. And also, this is we call 华佗家己, right? That really clean up your spine as well. You keep your spine clean, you keep your bone marrow clean. Now, we're going to clean up the heart fire and balance the heart and kidney system. Continue to strengthen the spine health. And this is the movement. If it's important to do this year because we have a fire horse. In the year of fire horse, we keep our heart, kidney strong, keep our spine well and clean, and then we're all good. Now I'm going to go up there for this year just to really stretch everywhere. Protect the heart, the kidneys. If you want to touch the sky, that's for your spine. If you feel no need, then just go like this is fine. Attack your heart, kidneys, strengthen that liver system. And this year, we're going to let all the frustration and anger out. So springtime is a good time to do that. So we're going to make that anger release song. Now we are strengthen our kidney system. If people have bladder issues, pelvic floor imbalance, cold kidney, low sex drive, or kidney stone, do this movement. So the next two really is for strengthening the whole fascia system. Okay. You can do it with me, Aku. So you're stretching out your whole fascia, the whole fascia system. Make sure your forehead is on your kneecap. Last one, your forehead on the floor gently, okay? You will do as much as you can. Now we all know we need to get our water. Now drink a little bit of water with me. Warm water. Liquid warm is fine. So this is a year of fire horse. But before we get to the fire horse, let's review really what is the fundamental belief system of our medicine. This medicine, we say, through this medicine you shall find truth. And this medicine is really a way of life. So what is that life? 3,500 years back, Huangdi, Yellow Emperor, he asked his teacher, which I thought was very interesting because his teacher had a human head, but a dragon body. So he asked his teacher, he said, "Teacher, could you tell me why in old times that people live until over 100 and without show sign of much of illness? And modern days, back then, 3,500 years ago, that how comes we people have all kinds of imbalances and illnesses? And is that nature has changed or we have changed?" So his teacher said to him, "The nature has not changed. What's changed is the heart of people. We're no longer follow a very basic principles." So the basic principles, so he said 4 words. 4, fire horse, 4 is a lucky number for this year. 4 words. He says, 法于阴阳. That means we really absorb and understand and follow the flow of nature, really understand the energy, really understand and follow the rhythm of that nature, the rhythm of that energy. And So Huangdi said, and he said, and 合于术数. 合于术数 is that then we will create different kind of method to follow and obey that flow of energy, such as energy movements, right? Ma Wangdui is one of the ancient site that people discovered, and that Ma Wangdui, we know there was a duke lived about 3,000 years back. So we kind of excavate and his tomb, and we discovered there is this silk roll, and in that silk roll there's basic movement type, right? This movement was there, this movement was there, right? This movement was there. So these are the energy that created, the energy movements are created to really follow that flow. So, and then our medicine is also created to guide people when they fell out of that flow. It's, oh, I'm no longer flowing. So what do? Then you have healers, doctors, and they teach you all kinds of things to get you back with that flow. So that's just what it is. So then Huangdi says, well, tell me a little more. So with this flow, with these methods we create, what is it that, you would say I will teach them first? So, and so his teacher said, 时隐有节, is that it's really help people to balance their gut system, help people what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, how to follow the season. So he says, then let me tell you, the best doctor is not the doctor who cut you open, because they do have it back then already. If I have time, we'll teach you, we'll show you how in 3,000 years back, people perform the brain surgery. But if we have time, we'll get to it. So he said, it's not that. So the best doctor is doctor of the food, to teach you how to plant, how to harvest, how to eat, and what to eat. And then after that, and so Huangdi says, well, after that, what do I teach them next? So he says, 起居有常, is that there are 4 seasons. When do you go to bed? When do you wake up? How do you sleep? What kind of sleep you will get? How many hours, or we call 时辰, is important, and why? Why do you need to sleep in certain hours, get up in certain hours, and why? So you need to help people to have, in modern times, we say a good sleep hygiene. But 3,005 years back, that is being picked out to say, well, we gotta really follow that, because there's a rhythm. Our body has a rhythm with nature. So we gotta follow that rhythm. And then the last one is that, so the teacher says, 不忘坐牢, is that even though people are really, they are doing labor works, and they are, however, serve whoever you serve, and you can be, active with your body, but you keep your heart calm. So meaning, translate into today's words, how to manage that stress. So his teacher says, so these are the basic things. So these are still the basic things we're trying to show you how to do and what to do. So that is what we're here for. And where you start, it doesn't really matter. You always have a chance. Because in our tradition, every day is a new day, it's a new life. right? If you go and ask, where is that old monk? And they will say, and the old monk will say, that old monk is gone. This is a new monk. So you gotta always remember that. A lot of people says, oh, I'm too far gone. Well, if you believe you are too far gone, then you are too far gone, right? But if you believe today is the day I will make a small change, today is the day you will begin to wanting to understand that flow and want to be a part of that flow. That's all it matters. Keeping one well, it's work. But this is the work. Keep your body active, keep your heart calm. That is, I think, if whatever the work you pick, this, how to nourish your life, is the most important one. Because if you don't help yourself, how can you possibly help others? So these are the basic principles. Now, let's go back to fire horse. So horse, there's 12 animals were being picked to represent different energy field in our system, in our body. Because in our tradition, one of the very important thing we say, 天人合一. The heaven, the earth, the nature is within us. It is us. We are the. There's no separation. So that's why a lot of acupuncture points that are being, well, they're not being translated well because that has lost meaning. But the original words has meaning, 百会. On the top of your head, 百会. That if people have brain fog, we use this point a lot. So that is the beginning of your wisdom. For guardians, we call that 四神聪. That 4 guardians is guard different organ systems, your liver systems, your lungs, and your gut system, and your heart and kidneys. And plus, with that, then you have this that we use that to, again, to treat COVID brain, right? Brain fog, but also that means something, right? So fire horse, let's go back to, well, again, I like to tell stories. So just kind of guide me back when I'm away from my topic. So fire horse, fire, horse, right? This animal represent between 11 to 13 hours. That means between 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So these 2 hours we call it's horse that represent your heart, right? So remember, this is horse already represent fire, the element of fire, the organ system, your heart. Now, fire horse. Fire, in nature, there are 5 basic elements. One of element is fire. So now what do we have? We have double fire. So when we have double fire, what does that mean in nature? That means we will see big changes. We are, after snake, right? We have that snake, we shed, and then we begin to build up the momentum for change. So later on, we can, explain a little bit is what was the first fire horse and what was the last fire horse was almost 60 years ago, right? That was 1966. So now you can Google after the teaching what happened in the world in that year. Then you will begin to see some patterns. So this year, like it or not, we're going to see fast moving energy because we are fire. So that represent fast moving energy, a lot of great passion, big change, and inevitably, if we move too fast, without planning, without thinking, if we're too passionate about something without thinking through, then we'll create conflict. So that is what's out there, the energy of nature, what this year may lead. So already the elements is out there already. So if we translate into our health, so what are we needing to watch? So heart and kidney system, that they need to have very healthy interactions. So what we would want you to do, three things. So how do we, it's fast change. It's like everything is like a tornado. And we will inevitably being sucked in. But when you're being sucked in, what you need to do, you need to relax. You need to stay calm, relax, and let it go. And then we will come up without being harmed. But what is being sucked in is our boat is sucked in with it. So we can still paddle, we can still do all these things we have been doing, then we'll come out of fine. So we will need to be careful, right, to have your breakfast. That's important because that energy will feed the spleen, will feed the lungs, will feed the heart. So one thing you need to do, have a healthy breakfast, and then between 11 and 1, give a couple minutes of meditation time. Just close your eyes and meditate. It's important because when you close your eyes, when you meditate, and during that 2 hours, between 11 and 1, anytime, any 2 or 3 minutes between these 2 hours, and you are bringing together, we say 心肾相交. You're bringing together the heart and kidneys. Actually, this last of my travels, I actually videotaped the fire comes out of water. So what we can post, Sarah, I think we can post that, some later time and let people see that because the fire can literally come out of water. It's really, really cool. That's what I'm talking about. Xin, your heart and kidneys, they have healthy interaction. So now the third thing you will need to do, where is your pair of walnuts, right? You will always have a pair of walnuts, right? And to exercise your hands, right? Without needing to know why, because Dr. Wu said so. No, because this will exercise your brain and your spine health. And just keep doing that, right? So these are the basic things that you will need to do. And what we will need to watch for is that anger. So if you are easily to get, into too passionate and it's double horse, I need to take a step back, right? Just calm myself. So and do more of the walnuts, and that will help to calm your system. So now we have learned a little bit, but what is this year is good for is that if people seek career growth, family growth, and also is a good year if people seek financial well-being. So it's double horse, right? It's a double fire horse. So if you do so, that you will need to find your wealth and health corner of your house, because each person is different, so I can't just guide you, but if you're interested, in our treatment, you can ask me and I can tell you which corner is your health corner and what you should do, which corner is your wealth corner, which corner is your, oh, we have to be careful corner. So then knowing that, right, then we can put just small things here and there that will help to balance. So that is something that we use the flow of energy for our advantage. So that is, what is that called? It's called feng shui. So exercise wise, what we want you to do? We want you to do the heart exercise, right? Remember that Tanzhong exercise. Find your nipples in the middle and you have a spot. It's called Tanzhong. If people feel, I'm too passionate now, so then you massage this. That will help you to calm down. And then if people feel they may have some heart imbalance, blood pressure imbalance, right? And then you do Tanzhong and then you do the ear massage. I believe we have that online. People can go and look. And then I already said we should do more of the hand massage. So it is a year of big changes and possible conflict, great passion. So what are the three keywords that we will need to do, right? And we'll need to always have planning, very detailed planning, right? We'll need to have calmness and patience, which I know that's your strong suit. And we also will need to have courage to say, well, once we decide to do that, we have planned, we with a calm heart, then we can jump into it, our energy, flow with it, and have fun. But like I said, the year of 2026, the lucky number or the fortune number or the number that nature present with great positivity is the number 4. So what is the last word? We will always finish the last word with love. Because love will overcome any conflict, any hatred. Always have a loving thought, loving heart, and loving action. And that, my people, we shall flow with the energy. That's our fire force. I will leave a little bit time for questions.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lu. I'm going to jump in actually before other questions come in. I'm wondering if you can talk about, you had mentioned not to suppress anger or sort of emotional stagnation because we're upon the liver season. So it sort of seems like a fine balance between not indulging too much in that, but also not suppressing it. Can you?
So we in monastery we teach little monks how to deal with anger. So I may just kind of share that and what we've learned. And so when you are angry, what the first thing you do is we say you find a corner to let it out. The best way let it out is to ha ha ha. We do 10 of them. And after we do that, that's the first step. The second step is we begin to think logically, because anger will make people not think clearly, right? So what are we angry about? Is that a matter? Is that a person? Is that what? And then in monastery, we'll take a deep breath, and then we will give at least 30 minutes to decide if I am actually going to approach that person I've approached a monkey when I was little because it was my spot in that hot spring. But anyways, I didn't work well. We have to groom each other, but that was it. But anyways, to say, well, is that worth to let them know? So, but the basic code of conduct from our tradition is the receiving end cannot just say 寡人无疾, right? It's not my problem. You have to listen carefully, and that's the key. So I would advise giving, well, not many people still honor that basic code of conduct. You ask yourself, does it bother you deep enough to really approach that person or matter to calmly say what it is? So if you choose to say, well, I don't think I want to bother with that. And then what we do is we have 地书. 地书 is you have, Sarah, I think you saw that. We have those brush, we have water, and you just you write on the floor. So what bothers you? And then when it dries, it just dries. So it's but knowing anger, you can express it in that way and let it out, right? To really hide out, right? To really speak it up. So, but with calmness, right? And then to decide if something is worth doing or not. But knowing anger can lead to negativity, which will not do you any good, because that just creates certain type of chemicals in your system. It's not going to. And then give yourself a little time just to relax, to see, is that something still needed and worth to be angry for? So that's the basic things that we can teach kids and ourselves and each other, and give a try. And
Thank
then
you.
lastly, if you cannot do any of that, you're just angry, and don't get upset about, oh, how comes I didn't do those steps? So just say, hey, it's a spring season. I got angry. I'll try to do better next time. Remember what I said? Every day is a new day.
Dr. Liu, thank you so much. Just really quickly, I know you had mentioned this idea of sort of closing your eyes between 11 to 1. I really love that because there's research on this idea of like doing micro movements, micro meditation, just these breaks throughout the day that really makes such a difference for resetting the nervous system. Can you just recap that for us one more time as sort of a takeaway from the teaching today?
So we, again, between 11 to 1, this is a horse year, right? That you just kind of bring the heart and the kidney together, right, through spine. So what we're doing is that the modern verbiage will be your central nervous system. That's the web, right? Every time you do that and you are just relaxing your body, and your nervous system will be more balanced. So if you feel you need to do more than once, go for it. There's no how many times you need to do. It is more and better. So there are other little things we can teach you do that will help with different part of nerve system. I think that is something maybe we can do a short video. So people might be interested in knowing.
Thank you, Dr. Liu.
Dr.
If you have any closing thoughts for us, I know there was a question about how to find sort of the health and wealth corner. Dr. Liu did mention touching base with him during your clinic visit because it's an individualized
Yeah,
space.
it is about your birthday and your birth year, and then your house. It's everybody is different. Yeah, but we would like to guide you. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Thank you, Dr. Liu. If you have any closing thoughts for us, we'd welcome it.
It's a double fire horse year, I would say have great fun, people, right? So just calm yourself and have courage, right? And have that detailed planning that shows how strong your liver is, right? And have that calmness and just go for it, right? So we don't have to be scared. We'll be okay. Because the world is going through whatever the world has to go through. We're on this small boat together. We shall continue to flow. And I need you, all of you, to have that confidence. Not in me, in yourself, but we will guide you. So no worries. Remember what I said. The end of the day, love will overcome. Until next time, my friends.
Thank you, Dr. Lu. Glad you're back.
Oh, and
Thank
then
you,
the other
Dr.
thing before you leave, so we're going to send out some cooking kind of invitation and within our Sunday teaching group first. So Sarah will, poor Sarah. So Sarah will and I will kind of get that piece that we will do a cooking. Oh, one more thing that, well, if you have allergies with cats and dogs, then don't sign up because we have 2 cats and 2 dogs and they will be a part of the cooking. So, but if you love them, do come and we'll have great fun.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lu.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Lu. Thanks,
You are
Sarah.
welcome.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lu and Sarah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lu. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you,
Glad you're
Dr.
back.
Lu.
Dr. Lu. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank
Sarah.
you.
Thank you, Dr. Lu. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah and Dr. Lu.
It was wonderful.
So appreciate you.
So
Thank you.
No, so I'll let them have, so should we?